Alright guys, in this video I want to talk about how to plan out campaigns, gather data, and see if your AI traffic is converting. In the last 30 days, one of our stores got 30,000 in revenue from traffic from Chat GPT. And as you can see here, when you go to traffic acquisition in Google Analytics, you can see the traffic, how many visitors, engagement rate, and the revenue. If you set up these things correctly, and I suggest that you go and set up a GA4 property, you set up your purchases, add to carts and all of that, and you start tracking everything. It's very important. I also suggest you set up Search Console data and start gathering data, because later on we're going to be using this data to create campaigns. What I want to do in this video is specifically focus on the traffic that we are seeing in GA4 for AI, and I'm going to show you how to check that. If you go into your property reports, traffic acquisition, you should be able to see what type of traffic you're getting, and if it's converting, you can see the total revenue. This one is doing $358,000, and around 220 of that is coming from organic. Now, if I change this to session source medium, we're going to see where the traffic is coming from. And here I can type in, for example, chat, or I can type in perplexity. I can see that we're getting traffic, a little bit of sales, not a lot, just a little bit. But instead of going this way around, I can actually go into admin, data display, channel groups, and here you can create something called, create a new channel called AI traffic. So I'm going to create a new channel group, and I'm just going to call this test 1 and add new channel. I'm going to call this test 1 as well. And here you're going to add source, and we want to add these sites. So this is a list. You can see it here: Chat GPT, Bard, Perplexity, Claude, all of these different sources. And I'm going to add them here so it matches. Okay, I'm going to save. And I'm also going to reorder this. Apply and save group. Now I have a new group called test 1. So now I can go in here, and I could, here's test 1, AI traffic is here now. And you can see it pop up here. AI traffic 400 visitors is 0.28% of our total traffic. And it's 1K, so it's like 0.3% of the total revenue. Still quite far off the organic search revenue. And in fact, it's the smallest amount, along with just that little bit above organic socials. It doesn't even touch organic shopping. But you can see from this chart that you want to optimize for organic search, for email, organic video, organic shopping, AI traffic. You just want to optimize for everything, and don't abandon a channel like this, because there's a new cool tool in town that can actually tank your site and ruin everything. But keeping track of the traffic is super important, and this gives us very valuable data. So, as I said, we have another store where it did $30,000, which is actually 5% of the total revenue. So that is quite significant and indicates that there is great potential to go in and create more Reddit threads, create more listicles, and keep optimizing for these AI traffic tools. They inject our products into ChatGPT so we can get these. This is a little different, so I don't think AI traffic is going to work for this store. It depends on different segments and verticals. And we can take this a step further, and if you have a Trev, you can pay for AI citations. I don't really recommend that. I recommend that you just have an overall strategy where you're constantly putting out content the AI tools love. Being active on socials, creating videos for your store, creating content that you distribute, putting out your founder stories, putting out listicles. Absolutely optimize for Reddit, create threads, create subreddits that you own that get traffic, control the sentiment within these tools. But if you want to take it A step further, you can analyze what's going on. For example, for Chat GPT, for this, people are asking, what is the BOGO code? Is it okay to wear sweaters in spring? What is the best material for sweaters in spring? That might actually be a decent keyword to see if you can put forward your sweaters and things like that. I'm not sure if it's a high converting one, but it might be decent for getting some mentions. Reddit is always very big. So if you have a keyword like this, go and create a Reddit thread. I'm going to go and jump over the keyword explorer. This is almost no search volume, so it doesn't even show up. See if we get something. We can keep going. If this is a keyword that is something that we want to rank for, we can just go in, create a Reddit thread, rank it, create guides that link back to our store, things like that. That's going to be helpful to get featured. Shoulder size up or down, Casimir. So you can use this tool to see what queries. It has very few results. And even if I put in Ahrefs, which is a huge site, they only have like 216 Chat GPT references in their own tool, which I don't think is a lot. Yeah, it's just about probably looking at what sources are being used, background sources, things like that. How long are Prime days? I mean, these are just not useful queries. So it's about digging through, finding the good things and optimizing for them. But overall, I think it's more about seeing what is ranking. And you can just see Reddit over and over again. The overall strategy should be about finding the good keywords, creating Reddit threads, having good content on your store, because when an AI tool starts citing things, they often take from search results. If you have authority that you want to build up with backlinks and good content, they're going to start referencing you as a source. And if you keep telling in your blog that you're great and that you have these solutions, the chances of you getting recommended within ChatGPT and these tools is going to be higher. So I highly recommend you dig around, find the keywords and start doing this. But let's get back to our sheet here. So set up tracking, start digging in the data, start understanding where you want to take your campaigns. And doing so with data is always what I recommend. I also recommend that you put your store in a tool like Ahrefs and go to organic competitors. So instead of guessing what your competitors are, you are going to use a tool that's going to tell you. And it's going to be based on what's ranking for what keyword, competitor common keywords, share, and things like that. If we go into common keyword, we can see what both are ranking for. But if I click this one, it's going to tell me things that Pure Collection are ranking for, but Pure Casimir is not ranking for. And this is going to allow me to find keywords that we might want to target. So Casimir scarf, do they have that product? Maybe that's something they can optimize for. So going through your competitors, listing them out, going through the keywords they're ranking for that you are not ranking for is something that you have to do when you're planning these things. For this one, I would just go through the competitors, find the best one that have Casimir keywords that align with where this store want to go, and take notes of them, look at the keywords they're ranking for, and make a list of target keywords where you're not ranking. If you start planning things and laying out the groundwork of collecting data and auditing your competitors, looking at what they're doing, it's going to be much easier to plan things and decide where you want to go, what you want to rank for, where do we have AI content ranking, are we getting AI traffic, is it converting? And that's going to be really helpful going into the next steps, which is going to be keyword resource and actually doing keyword resource where we download a lot of data and see what type of keywords are we dealing with. Is it commercial keywords? Is it information keywords? And if you start doing this at scale using some AI tools and clever processes, you're going to be able to build out campaigns much faster, they're more effective, and they're going to be more data driven. That's going to be it for today. Hopefully you tune in tomorrow for the next video on keyword research. Thanks for watching and see you next time.